Change the name. Neil, I don't understand why you get so upset.
The videos.
First.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Esther, I have to speak with you over the weekend. Are you going to be around?
Yes, we will.
Okay. Maybe Sunday I'll give you a call.
Okay.
This crap on my finger. It's okay.
Hi, Carol.
Hi, Esther. I had to unmute. How you doing?
Okay, how you doing?
I'm hanging in.
Yeah.
Hi Esther. Hi, Carol.
Hi,
Hi.
Anita.
Hi, Alan. Hi,
Hi.
Sandy.
Anita. Hi, Sandy.
Sandy, you're muted.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm
Hi.
good now. Oh, how are you?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm good. Thank
Good.
you.
How's Harold doing?
He's doing well. Thank you.
Good. Did he get his shot yet?
He did.
How was it at
Yep.
Danvers? Did it go smoothly or did it was a long wait or what?
Now, here, you could talk to him.
Nothing at all, Carol, in and out in 25 minutes.
Where did you
Really?
go? Where did
That's
you go?
good to hear.
I went to Twin Tree.
Doubletree.
Doubletree.
Oh, we're going there tomorrow.
I
That
go
was-
next Sunday.
Oh, that was 25 minutes with the 15 minutes.
That's
Waiting.
fantastic.
waiting.
Yeah,
That's
He
great.
said
It's
there
great
was-
to hear.
Yeah.
Excellent.
So organized.
Good, good. Did you get a date for the next one, though?
He did.
Yep.
Oh, we were told that we weren't going to get one. Some people said we will, some said we won't.
No, they started a new system that they're giving them out when you leave.
It makes so
Good.
much more sense to do that. I don't know why
Right.
they wouldn't do it.
I think when they first started, they weren't doing that the first day.
No, I
That
haven't
doesn't
done-
make any sense. That's just plain foolish.
It's a lot more work because
Well-
you have to start registering it all over again.
I know. Who wants to do that?
Right. Oh, that's good to know, Harold. Thank
Yeah, it
you.
is good to know.
You
The
go-
thing was, I went Tuesday, which was
Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Wednesday, the
which was
first
the
day.
day.
Yep.
They didn't have that system in place until yesterday.
We can-
They started that system, what they'll give you the date when you leave.
So they emailed us. It took
Use the name
2
tag.
minutes, and I guess it was already put aside, and he got his date right away. But we know 2 people that were there today, and they got the dates right then and there.
Good. That's
Yeah, they
good to know.
started that. The lady who works for me took her mother there today, and after she got through, they gave her her second date as well.
Yeah.
Great.
Right.
That's so good to
She
hear.
read the paper today, Sue Callum's mother didn't get it the other day.
I know, she was there the same day I was,
Yeah, yeah.
and they didn't have it ready that day.
Yeah.
Hey, Richard, did you sign the check for me?
Sign a check for you?
Yeah,
I haven't been to the temple yet.
okay.
I'll be there on Sunday. I didn't get in. I was actually doing this 4-letter word
Yeah,
thing.
yeah,
today.
yeah, right. The swear word, work, right, work.
Yeah. I'll
Hi,
be there Sunday
Joanne.
after the meeting.
Okay, leave it on Linda's desk, please.
Sure.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And Richard, if you have another one, leave me a check too.
Stand in line.
Doesn't matter the amount, just sign it, I'll fill it in.
Nice try.
Yeah,
Were you able to get it? She said, thanks for the book.
all right, so I'll go pick it up Sunday.
So Anita, you're going tomorrow?
Yes.
Oh, that's good. They have it every day.
Yes.
Wow, that's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Carol, you go next Sunday?
Next Sunday, Valentine's Day. Yeah.
Wow.
That's your present,
Good.
Carol.
I'll take it. It's
Yeah.
okay. I can't wait. I just want to get this done and
I
over
know,
with.
we all do.
I know. Oh, I know.
It pays to be old.
That's
Sometimes.
right.
I don't know.
Sometimes.
I'm still debating that. There's the good and then there's the not so good.
Well, all you older
Depends.
people
If I,
get
if
shots
I,
so that
I were
you can pave the way
55,
for
that
us.
would be good.
I didn't get any of that.
I know,
Is
two are
that-
talking at the same time.
I said at 55, it pays being young. At 74,
Right.
you know.
Yeah.
Right.
Esther, what were you
exactly. got
saying?
it.
I said, all you older people, get your shots, get it out of the way so you can pave the way for us to start getting ours.
Okay, we'll
Oh,
make
isn't
it
that
fast.
I'm
nice?
ready. I'd go tomorrow if they let me. I'm grateful I got the date. Are you kidding?
I got my vaccination on Tuesday, the day of
Oh,
the snowstorm. Yeah,
Where'd
Oh
you
my
go,
gosh.
Paula?
Salem,
Good, good.
CVS on
Oh.
Canal Street. Yeah.
Paula, it was nice to
And
see
you
you and your
okay?
nieces yesterday.
Oh, thank you.
That was so
Thank you.
nice.
Yeah, it was nice to have them on with me. I was
Family-
fine. thank
Family
you.
reunion.
Are they
I
both in
did-
Florida?
No, just my twin. My
Okay,
twin's in Florida. My other sister is in Maryland.
okay.
So,
That
It
was
was good
nice
to-
that you could do it together.
yeah, well, we only talk about 35 times a day, so
I'm
it's
sure.
so
Yep.
it's fine.
Well, are you
Yeah.
okay? You felt okay?
Yeah, I hope that the
Good.
second one is as easy as this one because they're saying the second one isn't so easy.
Well,
Right.
heard
Dick
that.
got the second
never
one
know.
and he really didn't have to, he had a slight little reaction. He felt a little chilly. He a little chilled the second day, but other than that, it was fine. Really,
That's not bad. That's
no,
not
it wasn't bad at all.
Everybody's
hopefully-
different. We'll see.
Hopefully that's a good sign.
Right.
Yeah.
Because-
He's a fetch anyway, Carl.
What?
Carol, did you make a chicken soup?
He's a fetch
I did.
anyway.
I did.
Oh, good.
Hi,
Carol, what did you say? He's what?
He said,
Hi,
I
Hi,
said
Ronnie.
he's a
Shabbat
fetch
shalom to
anyway.
you.
Hi, cousin Ronnie.
I still didn't hear
Hi,
what he
Anita,
said.
how you doing?
Good, how are you?
Again, another day.
Yep, yep.
Another day.
Oh, just a minute. It's not time yet.
Val,
I need to comment. Alex and Mrs. Orban to tell them how Harold did it. I forgot.
Hi, look, hi.
All right, relax.
if we can
You
ever
just
get,
open the window and wave down the street.
I see you here, Nyla.
Yeah,
Okay.
can you see my hands?
Yeah, by the time you unmute, it'll be time for services.
Hi, Lila.
Hi, everybody. Shabbat
Hi.
shalom.
Hi, Shabbat
Shabbat
shalom.
shalom.
taking Carol, yay.
Yay.
Frank, are you joining us from your phone again? He is. Wow, that's great.
Hi,
It's a great,
Adrian.
it's a great picture.
Where is he?
Good.
I see about half of Harold. Is he half with us?
He's half high.
Yeah.
There you are.
There he is.
Here's the rest of Harold.
Okay. That's a great shot, Harold.
Thank you, Dick. I really appreciate it.
Oh,
I heard you were convention pretty good the other day.
Oh, yeah. Oi, oi.
Yeah.
But Carol made you chicken soup to make you feel better.
Okay.
What do you mean, okay?
Oh, yes, you did. I forgot.
God, he forgets a lot these days.
That's what happened when you're 75.
Oh, yeah, is that what happens?
Not muted.
That's what I heard.
Don't believe everything you hear.
Yeah.
Looks like 8 o'clock. We'll have to believe that.
And it is
I
8
know,
o'clock.
Paula's here.
And today is Friday, February 5th.
Thank you, Paula.
Thank you.
you
You're
very much.
welcome.
Wow.
And I just want everybody to know that I'm attempting to wear, I don't have a full red shirt tonight, but it's Go Red for Women today, the American Heart Association. The whole month we are to remember that the month of February is Go Red for Women month. And especially today, we're supposed to wear red because, and I know we've been dealing with COVID, but more women die from heart attacks than we know about. And so you need to be educated about it. So I don't even think it's coming through red on the screen, Rabbi, but I'm wearing red stripes tonight in honor of our women. So would you like to ask everybody, let's ask everybody to mute them up, and Rabbi, let's bim bum, we'll get it started.
All right, just a little neat one before that. Yada da 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 yada da 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 yada da 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 yada da 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 yada da 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 yada da 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 yada da 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 da. Ya da 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 da, ya da 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 da, ya da 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 da, ya da 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 da, ya da 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 da. 2, 3, 4. Ya da 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 da, ya da 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 da. Ya da 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 da, ya da 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 da. Bim bum, bim 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 bum, bim 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 bum,
Bum bum.
bim bum, bim 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 bum, bim 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 bum.
Bum.
Shabbat shalom, hey, Shabbat shalom, yes, Shabbat, 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 Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom, hey, Shabbat shalom, yes, Shabbat, 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 Shabbat shalom. Shabbat, 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 Shabbat shalom, Shabbat, 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 Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom, hey, Shabbat, 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 Shabbat shalom.
Bim bim biddy bim bim bum. Shabbat shalom, everybody. Time for some good news. Who's first? Who's up on deck right now for good news tonight? Come on. Come on. Share your good
I'll
news
be
with us.
good news. I
What do
got
you
to
got?
spend my day with two gorgeous little boys today. Ezra in the morning and Miles in the afternoon.
That's great news. That's
Yep.
what life is all about. Congratulations.
Sure is. Thank you.
And I got my first shot on Tuesday.
You had your first shot on Tuesday?
Yep.
Congratulations to you.
Great. L'chaim.
L'chaim.
I got to spend the morning with Sam this morning, taking care of her because Mom played tennis. So I got to spend it. But more importantly, about 3 years ago, I started reading the book, The Wahlbergs, and it took me 3 years to finally finish it. I finished it yesterday.
Mazel tov. Finally.
700-page book.
That's how I've been reading books lately. It's been taking years. Mazel tov. Congratulations.
I got my first shot, Rabbi.
Congratulations. Hey, all right. Did you bring Lila with you?
Yes, she did.
I went, but they wouldn't take me.
You're too young.
She's too young.
That's right.
I tried.
That's what you get when you marry a youngin. Mazel tov to you. You should only be healthy. All of you that are getting the
Thank
shots
you.
right now.
You too. Bye-bye.
Anyone else?
Well, we'll give you a weather forecast.
I have good news, Rabbi.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead, Marvin.
Go ahead, Marvin.
I've along the lines of Mr.
background.
Strauss, I have also finished a reading project. I finally finished after a long time the Iliad by Homer.
Never mind.
Hang on one sec. I can't hear you, Marvin. Ruth, David, hang on. Go ahead.
All set there?
There we go. Go ahead, Marvin.
I finally finished the Iliad by Homer. It was on my bucket list of things to read. I have now finished the Iliad by Homer, the Odyssey by Homer, Moby Dick, and let's see what else. Gone with the Wind, which I read twice. So
Good for you.
my bucket list is getting complete. Thank you.
Well, mazel tov. Now you're gonna have to start adding to that list again. So congratulations there, Marvin. Alan.
Yes, I was just commenting that the weather in Israel, once again, our prayers are working, and they had extensive rain over the last couple of days, and things are growing. And prior to that, we spoke with our son he called Debbie on Wednesday to wish her happy birthday. So Debbie is 39 again. And he wished her happy birthday and told us on that particular day, right before the rain, it was in the 70s. So it was very nice in Israel. I want to go, but they won't let me go there.
Not yet.
He got his shots, and so because they've opened it up to everybody.
That's right. Our son and his girlfriend both got the shots.
No, I think Israel's opening it up to young people now.
Yeah, anybody now, anybody over 16.
Yeah.
No, but not everybody. He got his.
Even younger. Yeah, even younger now. Yeah, they're way ahead of us. Well, congratulations. And thanks for the weather report. Anyone else with some good news? Just so you'll know, Steve, Lila feels like Kit does, because I got my shot yesterday and she didn't get hers.
Oh.
Because she's not a clergyman.
Oh, is that why you got it? Because you're a clergy?
Yeah,
Special,
they've asked us to come. They've asked us to come in. They've opened it up for clergy, and I wasn't going to do it, but they've actually told us now it's time to do it. So the clergy in the area are the ones that want to are now getting vaccinated. Interestingly enough, when I went in, they verify, they make sure that you are legit. So yeah, it's good. And there are some people that have been trying to jump the line. Don't do that. Let's get everybody done that needs to get done first. First responders, people that are working with the sick, people that are helping, and these people over 75, 65-year-olds will come in next. And a whole bunch of folks with comorbidities, they'll be coming in as well. So let's just be patient. It'll happen. The good news is it's happening. So that's good. All right. Anybody with final good news? If not, Ronnie, we're going to ask you to mute your mic, and everybody mute the mics at this time. And I'm going to turn things over to Rabbi Bernie, who's going to begin our night with Shalom Aleichem, page 13. Shalom Aleichem.
Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech Malchei Amlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Boachem l'shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Yom. Mi melech malchei hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Baruchuni l'shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Yom. Mi melech malchei hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Tzedchem l'shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Yom. Mi melech malchei hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
We wish you peace, attending angels, angels of the most sublime, the highest sovereign, the holy exalted one, the holy exalted one, exalted one. Come to us in peace, bless us with peace, take your leave in peace, angels of peace, angels of the most sublime, the highest sovereign, the holy exalted one, the holy exalted one. For those of you that didn't know that, that's Shalom Aleichem in English. Yedid Nefesh, page 14.
Yedid nefesh av harachaman, mishoch avdach el ritzonach, yaharutz avdach kemo ayal, yishtachave el mol hadarach, ye'erav lo yedidutach, minofet suf, B'chol tam, yadadai dai dai dai, yadadai dai dai dai, yadadai dai 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 dai, yadadai dai dai dai, yadadai dai dai dai, yadadai dai 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 dai, yadadai dai dai dai, yadadai dai dai dai, yadadai dai 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 dai, yadadai dai dai dai, yadadai dai dai dai.
And together at the bottom of the page, we'll read together, I should say, with our microphones muted. Dear God, help us now to make this a new Shabbat. After noise, we seek quiet. After crowds of indifferent strangers, we seek to touch those we love. After concentration on work and responsibility, we seek freedom to meditate, to listen to our inward selves. We open our eyes to the hidden beauties and the infinite possibilities in the world you are creating. We break open the gates of the reservoirs of goodness and kindness in ourselves and in others. We reach toward one holy, perfect moment of Shabbat. L'chu niranena.
Lechu niranena, lechu niranena, lechu niranena ladonai, lechu niranena, lechu niranena, lechu niranena ladonai. Naria, letzo yeshenu, nikadma fana betoda. Naria, letzo yeshenu, bizmirot naria lo. Lechu niranena, lechu niranena, lechu niranena ladonai. Lechu niranena, lechu niranena, lechu niranena ladonai. Arbaim shana akut bedor, va'omaram toev levavhem, vehem lo yedu drachai, asher nishbati v'api, im yiva'un el menuchati.
And now, page 16, we will read responsibly, sing a new song to Adonai. Acclaim Adonai, all people on earth.
Sing to Adonai, proclaim each day God's awesome might. Announce to the world God's glory and wonders.
For Adonai is great, deserving of praise. Adonai alone is to be revered as God.
All the gods of the nations are nothingness, but Adonai created the heavens.
Majesty and might accompany God's splendor and strength adorn God's sanctuary.
Acknowledge Adonai, all families of nations. Acclaim God's majestic power. Acknowledge God's glory and bring him tribute.
Worship Adonai in resplendent reverence. Let the earth tremble in God's presence.
Declare to the world, Adonai is sovereign. God has steadied the world which stands firm and judges all nations with fairness.
Let the heavens rejoice. Let the earth be glad. Let the sea and all it contains exult.
Let field and forest sing for joy. Adonai comes to rule the earth, to rule the world justly, the nations with faithfulness. Yismechu hashamayim v'tagel haaretz yiram hayam umlo'o ya'alo sada v'chol hashebo azyiranenu kol hatzeyar lifnei Adonai kiva lishpot haaretz yishpot tevel b'tzedek v'yamim be'emunato.
And now Mizmor David, page 20. It is customary to stand if you choose. Page 20.
Mizmor David, havu l'Adonai b'nei Elim, havu l'Adonai kavod va'oz, havu l'Adonai kivod shemo, ishtachavu l'Adonai b'harat kodesh, kol Adonai al hamayim. El hakavod hirim Adonai, Adonai al mayim rabim. Kol Adonai b'koach, kol Adonai behadar, kol Adonai shover arazim, vayishaber Adonai et arzei halvanon, vayakidem kimo egel, Lebanon v'Sirion kimo then re'emim kol Adonai chotev labodesh kol Adonai yachil midbar Adonai midbar kadesh kol Adonai yechol el ayalot vayachasof ye'arod uvechalo kulo omer kahavod Adonai lamavu yashav vayeshav Adonai melech leolam Adonai yozi amo yitain Adonai yevarech et amo v'shalom.
And if you're standing, you may be seated. Page 21. Lechadodi, every other stanza.
Lechadodi lekrat kala penei Shabbat nekabela. Lechadodi lekrat kala penei Shabbat nekabela. Shamo v'zacho b'dibor echad. Hishmiyanu el hamyuchad. Adonai echad u'shmo echad. L'shemo tifaret v'lithilah. Lechadodi lekrat kala. Penei Shabbat nikabela, Migdash melachim melucha, Kumitzi mitoch hafecha, Rav lach shevet be'emek habacha, V'hu yachamol alayechem la, Lechadodi lekrat kala, Penei Shabbat nikabela. Hitorari, kiva ore kumi ori, uri shedaberi, kivod Adonai alayk nigla, lechadodi lekrat kala, penei Shabbat nikabela. V'hayu limchisasho, sayich v'rachaku kol mevalayich, yasis alayich Elohayich, kim soskatan al kala, lechadodi lekrat kala, penei Shabbat nikabela. Bawi v'shalom materet bala, gam b'simcha u'v'tzala, toch emune am segula, boichala, lecha dodi lekrat kala, p'nei Shabbat nikabela.
And now the Psalm for Shabbat. If you're standing, you may be seated. Page, what do we got? Page 23. Rabbi and I will read it responsibly. A song for Shabbat. It is good to acclaim Adonai, to sing your praise, exalted God.
To affirm your love each morning and your faithfulness each night, to the music of the lute and the melody of the harp.
Your works, Adonai, make me glad. I sing with joy of your creation.
How vast your works, Adonai, your designs are beyond our grasp.
The thoughtless cannot comprehend. The foolish cannot fathom this.
The wicked may flourish, springing up like grass, but their doom is sealed, for you are supreme forever.
Your enemies, Adonai, your enemies shall perish. All the wicked shall crumble.
But me you have greatly exalted. I'm anointed with fragrant oil. I've seen the downfall of my foes, and I've heard the despair of my attackers.
Righteous shall flourish like the palm tree. They shall grow tall like a cedar in Lebanon. Planted in the house of Adonai, they will thrive in the courts of our God.
And they shall bear fruit even in old age, and they shall be ever fresh and fragrant, to proclaim Adonai is just, my rock, in whom there is no flaw.
Tzadika Tamar, 4 lines from the bottom.
Tzadika Tamar yefrach, ke'erez bavanon yizkeh, shetolim bevet Adonai, bechatzrot Eloheinu yafrichu. Od yenubun beseva, deshenim berananim yiyu lehagin, ki ashar Adonai sori velo avlatabo.
Page 24. And now for those of you saying Kaddish for a loved one or a yortzeit, you may rise and join Rabbi Bernie as he will lead you all together in the mourners Kaddish.
Yitgadal, Yitgadash, Shemei Rabba, Bi'alma Dibra
Kute, Chayefon, Ubiomefon, Baye Tikol, Beisukoel, Bagol, Man,
Ba'agala, Ubizman, Karim, V'imru, Amen. Yehi, Shmei, Rabba, Mevorach, De'olam, Maya. Yitbarach, V'yishtabach, V'yitpa'ar, V'yitrumam, V'yitnaseh, V'yithadah, V'yitaleh, V'yitalal, Shemei, Hucha, Berichu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'chemata, da'amiran v'alma v'yemru, amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shemaya v'chayim aleinu v'alko Yisrael v'yemru, amen. Oseh Bimrama, Hu Ya'aseh Shalom, Aleinu v'alko Yisrael v'yemru,
Amen.
Amen. And we now will stand if you choose for the Baruch Hu. We are on page 28. The Baruch Hu is said normally standing as we do the call to worship. If you wish to join us with your microphones open for the response, you may do so. But please, as soon as that is over, please remute your microphones. Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevarach.
Baruch Adonai HaMevarach, Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai HaMevarach, Le'olam Va'ed. Please remute our microphones, and if Rabbi Bernie is there, he'll lead you in the praised are you.
Praised are you, Adonai, our God, who rules the universe. Your word bringing the evening dusk. You open with wisdom the gates of dawn, and design the day with wondrous skill. Set out the succession of seasons and arrange the stars in the sky according to your will. Adonai Tzevaot, you create day and night, rolling light away from darkness and darkness away from light. Eternal God, your sovereignty shall forever embrace us. Praise are you, Adonai, for each evening's dusk.
Omavir Yamamevi Laila, Omavdil Ben Yamavein Laila, Adonai Tzevaot Shemo, El Chai V'Kayam Tamidim Loch Aleinu Leolam Vad, Baruch Atah Adonai, Amari Varavim, Avat Olam Beit Yisrael, Amchavta. Torah u'mitzvot chukim u'mishpatim otanu limadeta. Al kein Adonai Eloheinu b'shachbeinu u'v'kumeinu nasiach b'chukecha v'nismach b'divrei toratecha u'b'mitzvotecha le'olam va'ed. Ki hem chayenu v'yorech yameinu uvahem nehege yomam v'layla v'yavatchatas mimenu leolamim Baruch atah Adonai ohev amo Yisrael. For the Shema, you may open your mics and we'll say them together, the words of the Shema. Shema
Yisrael,
Adonai
Eloheinu, Adonai
Echad. Please mute your mics and Rabbi Bernie will do the V'ahavta.
V'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavcha b'chol nafshecha b'chol me'odecha v'hayu hadvarim ha'eleh asher anochi mitzavcha hayom al levavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam B'shivtecha b'beitecha u'v'lechtecha v'derech u'v'shachbecha u'v'kumecha u'kashatam liot al yadecha v'hayu l'totafot bein einecha u'chetavtam al mezuzot beitecha u'v'sharecha.
And we continue silently. V'haya'im shamoa tishma'u el mitzvotai. Asher anochi mitzvotchem hayom li'avad Adonai Elohim v'chol lechem tzadochem.
Manyer bo yemechem v'nei v'nechem al hadama asher nishba Adonai lavotechem latet lahem k'mer shemayim al haaretz. Vayomer Adonai el Moshe lemor daber el bnei Yisrael v'amata aleihem v'yasu lahem tzitzit al kanfei bigdeihem ledorotam v'natnu al tzitzit hakana patil techelet v'haya lachem letzitzit oritem oto Uzachartem et kol mitzvot Adonai v'yasitem otam v'lo taturu acharei levavchem v'acharei einechem asher atem zonim achareihem leman tizkuru v'yasitem et kol mitzvotai v'yitem kedoshim lelohechem Ani Adonai Elohechem Asher Otzeiti Etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim Liot lachem le'Elohim Ani Adonai Elohechem.
Adonai Elohechem Emet. Page 32. Umalchuto bratzon kiblo alehem Moshe b'nei Yisrael lechanu shira b'simcha rabba v'yamru chulam mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai mi chamocha nedar b'kodesh norati lo tosef ele malchut garau v'necha b'kayam lifnei Moshe Ze Elianu v'yamru Adonai yimloch leolam va'ed v'nemar Gibanai Yaakov v'golom yad chazak mimenu Baruch atah Adonai Gal Yisrael. And if you would please join Rabbi Bernie on page 33 with your mics muted in the English. Help us Adonai.
Help us, Adonai, to lie down in peace and awaken us again, our sovereign, to life. Spread over us your shelter of peace and guide us with your good counsel. Save us because of your mercy and shield us from enemies and pestilence, from starvation, sword, and sorrow. Remove the evil forces that surround us. Shelter us in the shadow of your wings, O God, who watches over us and delivers us, our gracious and merciful ruler. Guard our coming and our going. Grant us life and peace now and always. Spread over us the shelter of your peace. Praised are you, Adonai, who spreads the shelter of peace over us, over all his people, Israel, and over Jerusalem.
Hashkiveinu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom, v'hamideinu malkeinu l'chayim, ufros aleinu sukat shalomecha, v'takneinu b'yetzah tova milfanecha, v'hoshienu leman shemecha, v'hageh b'hadeinu, v'haser me'aleinu, oyev dever v'cherev, v'ra v'yagon, v'hasesata milfaneinu, u'me'achareinu. O b'tzel kenofecha tasdireinu, O b'tzel kenofecha tasdireinu, ki el shomreinu, matzilenu ata. Ki el melech hanun v'rachum ata. Ki Melech Hanun v'rachum ata, u'shmot tzeiteinu v'vo'einu l'chaim u'shalom me'ata v'yad olam. Ufros aleinu sukat shalomecha, Baruch atah Adonai Aporei sukat shalom aleinu, v'yal kol amo Yisrael, v'yal Yerushalayim. And on page 34, it's appropriate to stand as Rabbi Bernie will now lead us in Vishamru.
Vishamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat l'dorotam berit olam. Vishamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat l'dorotam berit olam. ביני ובין בני ישראל, אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת, לדורותם ברית עולם. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת, לדורותם ברית עולם. וביום השביעי שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת, לדורותם ברית עולם.
יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה.
אמן.
ביום דברה חירותי וימליך מלכותי, בחייכון וביומכון, ובחיי לכל בית ישראל, בעגלה בעגלה, ובזמן קריב יאמרו.
אמן.
אמן. יהי שמי רבה מברך, לעולם ולעולמי עולמיה.
יתברך.
יתברך וישתבח ויפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי קדושה.
בריחו.
בריחו לעילם מן כה וחטא ושירתה, תושבחתה ונחמתה, דע מהירן בעלמא ויאמרו.
Amen.
Amen. The Amida will be silent, page 35, A or B, if you have a Siddur, A or B. Otherwise on the screen, B. And the Amida is said silently, privately, time for private personal meditation and prayer. If you wish to follow me, follow me. Otherwise, English, Hebrew, whichever you so choose. מלך במיתים חיים עצמך ישוע בני מלך במיתים ברוך נעים לכם מיתים אתה הקדוש ושמך הקדוש וקדושים וחיים בחסד ברוך אדוני האל הקדוש אתה קידשת את יום השביעי לשמך אתה כל המעשה שמיים וארץ וברכת מכל הימים וקידשת מכל הזמנים וכן כתוב בתורתך ויחלו השמיים בארץ וכל צפון והחלאים בהם השביעי מלאכתו אשר עשה וישבו ביום השביעי מכל מלאכתו אשר עשה ויברך להם את יום השביעי ויקדש אותו כי בו שבה מכל מלאכתו אשר עשה ברא אלוהים לעשות אלוהינו ואלוהינו רצית ונכתנו קדשים בנתך ותנך בתורתך סבנו בטובך ושמחת בשבתך ותהל בנו לבך באמת אלוהינו אלוהינו בעבר ורצון שבת קודשך וינוך בישראל מקדשי שמך ברוך נעים מקדש השבת ושאינה אלוהינו בעמך ישראל פילותם וישבת עבד על אבי ביתך ותהילתם ויפעת תגיב ברצון ותרצון תמיד עבודת ישרמך ותגזנו ונהנה בשום כל הציון ברוך ברוך עיני המחזיר שכינתו לציון מודים אנחנו לך שאתה בנה אלוהינו ותנו לנו וצורכנו מגן אישנו אתה לא טובתנו לך לצוות ידך לכן מסירים בידך ויענו שבתך פקודות לך ונסך של כל יום עמנו ועל דפתך ובתורתך שבכל עתר בבוקר בצהריים בהטוב כרוחמך ברמחים כלות ומחסדך מעולם כי בינו לך ביעל כולם בברק ובתרומם שמך מכן תמיד לעולם בכל החיים וחסל ובלות שמך באמת הישועתנו ועזרתנו ישראל ברוך אתה אדוני הטוב שמך לך נעלה אותו שלום רב וישלמך על כל יושבי תהילות תשים לעולם כי אתה הוא מלך אדון לכל השלום אותו בנך לברכת ומחזיר בכל עת ובכל שעה בשלומך ברוך אדוני אמרת עם ישראל בשלום שלום רב ישראל עמך תשים לעולם שלום רב ישראל עמך תשים לעולם כי אתה הוא מלך אדון לכל השלום. כי אתה הוא מלך אדון לכל השלום. שלום רב על ישראל עמך תשים לעולם. שלום רב על ישראל עמך תשים לעולם. וטוב בעיניך לברך את עמך ישראל בכל עת ובכל שעה בשלומך. שלום רב על ישראל עמך תשים לעולם. שלום רב על ישראל עמך תשים לעולם. And now if you would join Rabbi Bernie with your mics muted, please, for the passage after the Amida. And of course, when we reach the word Redeemer, we stop and we sing, Oseh Shalom. Rabbi?
My God, keep my tongue from evil and my lips from lies, and help me ignore those who would slander me. Let me be humble before all. Open my heart to your Torah, that I may pursue your mitzvot. Frustrate the designs of those who plot evil against me, and make nothing of their schemes. Act for the sake of your compassion, your power, your holiness, and your Torah. Answer my prayer for the deliverance of your people, and may the words of my mouth and the meditations of my heart be acceptable to you, my rock and my redeemer. Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu, v'al kol Yisrael, v'yamru imru amen. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu, v'al kol Yisrael, yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu, v'al kol Yisrael, yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu, v'al kol Yisrael, yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu, v'al kol Yisrael, v'yamru. Amen.
Amen. May the one who brings peace to his universe bring peace to us, to all the people of Israel, v'al kol Yoshvei Tevel, and all who dwell on God's earth. And we together say,
Amen.
Time for the prayer for healing. For those of you who wish to say the name or names of people on your list or lists, when I stop, you may do so. And please, after you've completed the names, you may please remute your microphones. And remember, you don't have to wait for everybody. God can hear us all talking at the same time. Trust me. Misha berach avoteinu Avraham, Yitzchak, v'Yaakov, Sarah, Rivka, Rachel, v'Leah, Yivarech v'Yarafei et.
Nina,
Susan
Gavin, Kazansky, Kevin,
By Tompkin Cohen,
Weinberg,
Paula Deitch,
Shannon, Sue Smith, Mary
Arthur
Clark,
Sucker.
Harry.
Fire, and of course, our dear friend,
Ann Rumpf, Angela Vellante, Barbara Norman, Peter
Parkinson,
Patudo,
ALS, and
Steve
MS.
Goldberg.
Al Zimmerman, Tino Hawkins, and Juan Barrios.
Yocheved Bat Chava Fega, Donna Clayton, Francisco Tolentino, and Judge Justin Phillips, and Jeff Schultz.
Et kol hacholim b'kehila kadosh hakadosh baruch hu yimele rachamim aleim chazikam ulefrotam yishlach lahem meira refuah shemamid shema efrat hanefesh efrat haguf. V'zok shachalei Yisrael shabatim elizok ufo karavo lavo ashta b'lag b'zman kariv v'nomar amen. May God bring blessing and healing to all those people we just mentioned, all those we know of, those that we pray daily for on our lists, those who suffer illness within the congregational family, those that we know of and perhaps may not know of. May the Holy One mercifully restore them to health and to vigor, granting them physical and spiritual well-being, together with people everywhere who may be ill. Misha beirach avoteinu, mikor habracha leimotenu, May the source of strength who bless the ones before us help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. Misha beirach imotenu mikor habracha le'avotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit. And let us say Amen. And now as we turn to page 47, we rise for Vayechulu.
Vayechulu hashamayim v'haaretz v'chol tzivam. Vayechal Elohim bayom hashvi'i melachto asher asa. Vayishpot bayom hashvi'i mikol melachto asher asa. Vayavarech Elohim et Yom HaShvi'i, Vayikadesh oto, Ki bo Shabbat mikol melachto, Ki bo Shabbat mikol melachto, Asher bara Elohim, Asher bara Elohim lasot. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu Elohei Avoteinu Elohei Abraham Elohei Yitzchak Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah Elohei Rivka Elohei Rachel Elohei Leah Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor ve'hanora El Elyon Konei Shamayim v'haaretz.
And you may be seated.
Magen navod bidvaro, mechayein metim b'ma'amaro, ha'el hakadosh shein kamohu, hameniach le'amo b'yom Shabbat kodsho, kivam ratza lehaniach lahem, kivam ratza lehaniach lahem, לפניו נעבוד ביראה ופחד, ונודה לשמו בכל יום תמיד מעון הברכות. אל ההודעות אדון השלום, מקדש השבת ומברך שביעי, ומניח בקדושה. Liam medushnei oneg zecher lemase bereshit.
And page 48.
Eloheinu Elohei ritzei b'mnuchateinu kachenu b'mitzvotecha v'techalkeinu b'toratecha sahabeinu mituvecha v'samcheinu b'shuatecha v'tahel libenu לעבדך באמת והנחילנו אדוני אלוהינו באהבה ורצון שבת קודשך וינוחו בה ישראל מקדשי שמך ברוך אתה אדוני מקדש השבת.
Amen. Yikaral Yikara Shemei Rabba.
Amen.
Yamad Ivrach Hirutei V'Amlich Malchutei B'Chayechon V'Yemechon V'Chayechon Beit Yisrael. Ba'galav Izman Karivi Yemaro.
Amen.
Amen. Yehi Shmei Rabba Mevarach Le'olam Olam Eomaya.
Yidbarach.
Barak V'Yishtabach V'Bar V'Roman V'Yitnasei V'Yitadar V'Tala V'Tala Shmei Gudisha.
Brichu.
Brichu le'ela min kol bechata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechamata damiram v'yama v'yamru.
Amen.
Amen. Tekavas loton avaton decho Yisrael kadam v'hon devishmai v'yamru.
Amen.
Amen. Yehi shlom rav amin shemaya v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'yamru.
Amen.
Amen. Ose shalom bimromav hu yaseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'yamru.
Amen.
Amen. Oh, Jacob. I saw him here. Well, I'll start off with Leanie and Mike. There he is. There he is. Leanie and Mike.
All poured, grape juicy and wine.
I
Thank you.
understand you're on the pouring duty tonight.
Yes, all set.
Thank you so very much. We appreciate it. Any spills?
None. But if we did, everybody's wearing red, so it's fine.
Yeah, there you go. I'm glad you're wearing red. Good. Okay. The Pranskys have their mosquito. There you go. They're good. And Jacob, you all ready?
Yes, I'm all ready.
All right. The Kiddush will be recited tonight, very unusually, by Jacob Pincus. Jacob, take it away.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav ratzavanu, b'shabbat kodsho, v'yavahu ratzon henhilanu, zikaron l'maaseh v'reishit, ki hu yom tehillah, l'mekrayei kodesh, zecher l'tziyat Mitzrayim. Kivanu Baharta Viotanu Kidashta Mikol Hamim Vishabakochaka Biahava Uvratzon Hinchaltanu Baruch atah Adonai Mekadesh HaShabbat.
Amen. Jacob, do you look forward to doing that every week as much as I look forward to hearing you do it?
I do. Yeah, it's really fun.
You really enjoy it, don't you?
Yes.
That's a man who understands how to do it from the heart. That's beautiful. Thank you so much, Jacob, for that.
Thank
It
you.
is always a joy to see you. And virtually we'll see you tomorrow night because that's how fast Friday nights come these days. It's like tomorrow is Friday already, right? It is what it is. All right, time to sit back and relax a little bit. I'm going to tell you a story. This week's Parsha is Yitro. And I remember last year when we began reading the Torah anew, someone, and I'm sorry, I can't remember who it was exactly, but the person asked me a very interesting question. The question was, why is it that God's first commandment to Adam and Eve, Chava, is a negative commandment? Do not eat of the tree of knowledge. Why didn't God give them a positive commandment instead? Now, let me be factual. It's really not the first mitzvah given to them. The first mitzvah is actually a positive one. It was peru urvu, be fruitful and multiply. However, the question is still important since there are so many thou shalt not mitzvot. As it turns out, of the 613 commandments, mitzvot, there are 248 positive and 365 negative mitzvot. Yes, there are 117 more negative mitzvot than positive ones. And after I explained that, I went on to say why it made sense to me. For those of us who were ever children, that would be all of us, we can all clearly remember the first thing our parents said to us, right? We remember it so well that we probably said the same things to our own children. Don't touch the hot stove. Don't play in the street. Don't run on the cement. Don't stick that in the electric socket. Don't eat all that candy before supper. Don't play with that stick. You'll poke out your eye. Don't interrupt people when they're talking. Don't scream so much. Don't say that bad word ever again. You know, I could go on, but we all know the drill. Now, in the process of growing up and becoming adults, learning things we should not do is often more important than learning what we should be doing. If we look at this Shabbat's Torah reading, it contains the Aseret Hadibrot, the 10 statements. Of those, 7 out of the 10 are negative. If we look at how Rabbi Hillel phrases his version of the golden rule, it is that which is hateful to you, you should not do to your fellow human being. Not only Rabbi Hillel, but most of our sages of the Talmud often put their ethical tenets as negatives. Do not separate yourself from the community. Do not judge your neighbor until you are in his place. Do not say, when I have time, I will study, and on and on. You see, our Jewish tradition spends much more time telling us what we should not do than what we should do. And this is because without a well-defined set of limits, how can we build anything positive? Only if we learn how to say no to ourselves and to the temptations around us can we begin to have a moral and meaningful life. As an example, other than the Tanakh, the Jewish Bible, the gift of Shabbat, not just this Shabbat, but every single Shabbat, is the most precious thing we Jews have. It is at the very heart of the Jewish tradition. It includes prayer, study, poetry, romance, music, food, drink, family, and friends. You know what? Ironically, as good as that sounds, imagine what would happen if we remove the prohibitions that the Torah and the Halacha give us. The question is almost rhetorical. The Shabbat would simply disappear and morph itself into just being like any other day. So think about this with me. The Jewish people have survived because we were the great naysayers of history. Since our beginning, we have continued to say no to paganism, no to idolatry, to dictators, and to social and political pressures of all kinds. Our heroes are people like Mordechai, because as Megillat Esther says, all the people bowed to Haman, but Mordechai did not bow. He said no to that. Our heroes are like Mattathias, who said, let others serve the king, but I and my sons will not. He said no to that. Our heroes like Hank Greenberg, Sandy Koufax, Sean Green, and Kevin Euclid said no to participating in the World Series on Yom Kippur. Our heroes like Israeli equestrian Dan Kramer in August of 2017 said no to compete at the International Equestrian Federation World Championships because it took place on Yom Kippur. By Kramer saying no, it cost the Israel national team, who also said no, a spot at the Tokyo 2020 Olympics. Our heroes like Dudi Sela, one of the top-ranked tennis players in the world, said no to finishing a quarterfinals match at a tournament in Sichuan, China, since it would begin at the onset of Yom Kippur. You know, the point is, we Jews are taught the ability to say no when it should be said is as one of the most important tests of the human character. Remember, while Adam and Chava were told no, do not eat from that tree, did they listen? Instead, they say no to God's commandment. Since they had no experience in life, no history to learn from, they were like little children who say no to everything. My grandchildren always say, no, no, no. But they get a quick lesson, however. Just look at what happens to them because they say no to the wrong thing. As far back as anyone can remember, when teenagers faced dilemmas, most of the time they knew what was right, but they lacked the strength, the moral courage, the willpower to stand up to their peers and say no. Today with social media, it is so much harder than ever to say no. But if they do not, they will never be ready to achieve the true freedom we deserve. If they cannot say no, they will never be able to build the kind of strong moral compass that will help them live and grow for the rest of their lives. It is amazing to consider that this kind of thinking came from our very own Tanakh, our very own Bible. Yes, we're taught that to be a Jew requires us not to simply go along and get along. What it means to be a Jew is to say no and to be in an unredeemed world. It means to say no to a society that puts more premium on distractions than on learning what it means to be holy. It means to say no to a society that has replaced study, true morals and ethics with killing and destroying and bullying while playing mindless digital games. It means to say no to a society that worships youth and is cruel to and mistreats the aged. It means saying no to a culture that is willing to spend much more for vanity than for education. It means no to a culture that puts many more billions of dollars into the pockets of movie stars and athletes, while it tries to pay as little as possible to teachers and the first responders, our true heroes. It means saying no to a culture that values success, power, and status much more than it does righteousness and compassion. Let us trace our roots back to a man named Abraham. He looked at all the wealth and the sophistication of Mesopotamia. He looked at its rich culture and its impressive agriculture. He could have had such an easy life there. The problem was that Mesopotamia was a pagan-based society. It valued the material world more than it valued human beings. So Abraham said no to that kind of life and easily made the choice to follow God to a place he did not know. He said yes to God, and he went on to create a society that said no to paganism. Do you remember what Abraham was called? Do we know? Ha-Ivri. Because Ivri comes from the root word ever, which means side. The Midrash asks, why was he called Ha-Ivri? Then it answers that it's because all of the world was on one side, and he said no to that and took his stand on the other side. Yes, our Jewish roots were planted by the first great nonconformist of all history. We are nonconformists, and we Jews carry that title with pride. We take every opportunity to argue with anyone and everyone. Just think how many times we use the word no in our interactions with others. That may be why we Jews have existed until today. Abraham and those who followed him had the courage to say no to what was wrong in the world. From that no to life the way it was arose the strongest affirmation of how human beings should live that the world has ever known. Yes, we Jews were the first greatest naysayers in human history. Like Abraham, we must be willing and able to say no to those beliefs and behaviors that are wrong, as only by saying no to what is wrong can we live a complete and fulfilled human life. So to answer the question I was asked about why God's first words to Adam and Eve were no, I would have to say that without the ability to say and to hear a no, humanity cannot survive. As we consider the importance of the 10 statements on this Shabbat, we must take the time to realize that God engraved these ancient words on those 2 tablets so that we would have a formal and eternal foundation to live, not as the slaves we were in Mitzrayim, but as the free nation and the cornerstone of the Western civilization that we are today. And with that, I say, Shabbat Shalom. At this time, we turn to page 51. We rise for the Aleinu. You may open your mics and join Rabbi Bernie as we recite the Aleinu together.
Aleinu v'shabech Adon hakol, latet gedula liot lebereshit, shelo asanu kigei aratzot v'lo samanu, k'mitzvot ha'adama, shelo sam kolkenu kahem v'goralenu k'chol hamonam. V'anachnu k'morim u'mishtachavim u'modim Livnei Melech Hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu Shehu Noteh Shemayim v'Yosed Haaretz U'Moshe Yikaro v'Shamayim Mima'ah U'Shchinatu Zo V'Gavhei Meromim Hu Eloheinu Ein Od Emet Malkeinu Emet Sato Kagatu B'Torato Yadata Hayom Hashivota El Levavecha Ki Adonai Hu Elohim B'Shamayim Ima'al V'Al Haaretz Mitav Ein Od Kakato b'Toratecha nayim lo v'olam va'ed v'nehemar v'haya Adonai lemelech al kol haaretz bayom hahu yiyeh Adonai echad U'Shemo echad
Okay. Now I would ask everyone to please mute their microphones. Everyone, please, as we recall the Yortzites tonight and loved ones. Tonight we offer our condolences to Nissan Habib, who is with us tonight. He lost his uncle recently, Mordechai ben Nissan Esther. Our condolences to you and to your family. Also, our condolences to the family of Jay Lewis, who lost his sister this week, Lisa Joy Lewis Goodman. We offer condolences to those families for their losses. As we say, Hamakom Menachem, may you be comforted by our God. This week, we also remember with love the Yortzites of Levana Litcha, Frida E. Frank, Henry Perlman, Morton C. Teitelbaum, William Baker, Ruth Goldstein, Doris Pruss, William Wolarski, Abraham H. Goldstein. Are there any other Yortzites that have not been mentioned?
Edith Straub.
Hazel Fleischman.
And now if anyone would like to say the name of the loved one you are remembering tonight, you may do so at this time.
David Kaczynski.
Janet Kaufman.
Sophia Toby.
May the faith that binds us to our loved ones be a continuing source of comfort as we invite those mourning and observing a Yortzeit to now rise and to join us as we recite the words of the mourner's Kaddish together, praising God. Together, Yit Gadal, Yit Kadash, Shemei Di'Allah, Ra'Kirukei, Di'Amlich Malchukei, B'Chayekon, Domechon, Chaye Yisrael Ha'agala Bizman Karim Amen. Yehi Shirav Lebarach Leolam Bolome Olmaya Yitbarach Yishtabach V'Yipa'ar V'Yitroman V'Yitnaseh V'Yitadar V'Yitalev V'Yitalal Shemei Yisrael Barichu Le'ela Minko Birchata V'Shirata Ushbachata V'Nimata Damirani Alma B'Ru Yehi Shalama Rabamin Shmaya V'Chaim Aleinu V'Al Kol Yisrael V'Yimru Amen. Shalom B'Romav Hu Yaseh Shalom Aleinu V'Al Kol Yisrael V'Yimru Amen Amen. At this time, I'll ask everyone to please mute your microphones, as it is my honor to turn things over now to our president, Adele Labarsky, for tonight's announcements. Adele.
Shabbat Shalom, everybody. Yasher Koach, Rabbi Bernie, Rabbi Perlman, and of course my buddy Jacob, as usual. I mean, that is definitely the highlight. And Rabbi, as you said, you know, you're gonna blink and it's gonna be Friday again. It's just, I don't know. I don't know if it's just because I'm not working anymore, that the weeks go by so quickly, or if I'm just getting older and the weeks go by quickly. I'm not really sure. Anyway, don't forget tomorrow morning services begin at 9:30, and tomorrow evening Havdalah is at 5:46. Sunday morning we have our general meeting. You should have already registered for that and received the information about the Zoom. It will be at 10 o'clock. Services Sunday through Thursday at 10 o'clock. Lunch bunch this week is at 12 o'clock with Rabbi Perlman. There will be no lunch bunch the following week. So we have lunch bunch this week, this Tuesday, but then the following week, I think it's the 16th, there'll be no lunch bunch. It's President's Day week. So for those of you who have children, you may know that there's no school that week. Also, don't forget that we have Purim coming up. We have Sisterhood Shabbat next Friday night. We have Torah Fund dinner on our celebration on the 19th, 17th, 17th. Sorry, I don't have my cheat sheet with me, so I'm just kind of like thinking about it. As Rabbi Bernie said the other night, I don't even remember the dates that you're saying. So, I mean, so check your e-blast on Thursday, gives you all the information. Just don't forget, help us, join us at services, join us for Purim. It's going to be a fun time. We want people to sing, to dance, to drink, to dress up, and just be merry. And Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Yeah, it is. It's true. You're right, Adele. It's October 1st already. All right, let's conclude with Yigdal. Rabbi.
Yigdal Elohim Chai v'yitztabach Nimtza v'yenei del metziuto Echad v'yen yachid ki yichudo Nelam b'gam ein sof liyachduto Ein lo demut haguf v'yeino guf Lo na'aroch elav kedushato Kadmon l'chol davar asher nivra Rishon v'yen reshit l'reshito Hino Adon olam b'chol notzar Yoreh gedulato malchuto Shefa nevuato netano Elan shesegulato v'tifato Lo kam b'Yisrael kemo she'od Navi umabid et emunato Toratem et natan li'amoel Al yad nevi'o neman beito Lo yachalif ha'el ve'lo yamidato Li'olamim lezulato Sofer v'yodeya sitarenu Mabid l'sof davar b'kadmato Gomer le'ish chesed kimifalo Noten l'rasha ra kirishato Yishlach l'kes yamin Mishichenu Liftot mechakeket Yeshuato Meitim Yechayel B'rov chasto Baruch Adei Ad Shem Tehilato Meitim Yechayel Baruch Hasto, Baruch Hadayad, Shem Tehilato.
All right, and as we end our service tonight, we are thrilled to hear of so many people that we know of who are recovering from illnesses, but we all remember the folks that are not at this time yet recovering, and we wish them the best and refuah shlema. Remember, this is not over yet. So many of you are talking about now getting the vaccine, and we're thrilled about that, and we want that to continue. But I'm going to toast tonight, not only to health and to the health of the people who are ill, but I'm going to toast tonight to the word my father, Alav Shalom, used to say all the time, patience, patience. We need to have patience, folks. It's going to take time for us to get through this, and we will get through it if we all have patience. Baruch atah Adonai l'olam shakol niyeh bivaro l'chaim tovim u'shalom l'chaim tovim u'shalom l'chaim l'chaim l'chaim